In this short video, we're going to talk about ways in which you can access the internet on your iPad, on your iPhone, but of course the same applies to any other device that you wish to use the internet on. So there are actually two main ways of accessing the internet on your iPad, on your iPhone. The first is to use a fixed connection to your home or work premises, wherever you are, a connection via your internet provider that comes into your premises. To use such an internet connection, you need a device called a modem. A modem is the device that takes in the connection to your house, either via something called ADSL, which is a connection via your phone line. Many people have that. Or perhaps you have something called broadband cable, where you have a cable connection through to your house. That was originally used for Foxtel connections, but for some homes like our own, we have a cable connection for our internet. And the other connection that we have now is one called NBN, which a larger number of people are getting, and that will also be a connection that requires a modem provided by NBN to accept that internet connection to your home. And the form that that connection takes varies. I won't go into that now, that's the subject for another video. Generally though, if you've got the older phone connection, you will find that it's perhaps sometimes a bit slow, a bit dependent on time of day, weather, various other things. Distance from the exchange can affect your speed. So there are some people that have fairly low speeds using the ADSL, broadband ADSL connection that they have. If you have cable, that is generally faster. It also depends on the plan that you have as to how fast your connection is for cable and perhaps for ADSL. Certainly the same is true for NBN. A modem gives you that connection to the internet, and in days gone by we connected that modem directly to a computer using something called an Ethernet cable. These days though, adding a router to a modem, either in the same device or by connecting the modem to a device called a router, allows a signal to be sent around nearby where that modem is located, nearby where that router is located, so that wireless devices can access the internet via that wireless signal. So the router gives you the wireless signal. At our home and at the IT and Coffee Shop, we have a Netgear router, and this is what it looks like. It's one that allows us to also set up a level of parental controls so that at our various locations we can control the sort of content that people can use while connected to our network, and even at home set a curfew on any internet usage. Very handy when you've got teenagers who are forever connected. A router can provide one or more Wi-Fi networks, and there are usually standard naming conventions for these networks. Often you'll find there are two. One has an _5G suffix and the other one is excluding that suffix. We won't go into that now, but you may find that your own router does provide a couple of networks like this. And each Wi-Fi network has a name. The name is provided as a standard name for that router, but you can modify it. We have modified our network names at the IT and Coffee Shop so that we have a visitor network and then our main network to keep the visitor connection separate to our main business network. To use a Wi-Fi network, you must join it first. And in general, the Wi-Fi network will have a lock on it. It will be secured, and you will need to know the password to connect to that network. If the network is not secure, if it doesn't have a password, be very cautious about connecting to such a network, because there are dangers that are involved in using public Wi-Fis like that. We'll cover that in a separate video. If someone else owns the Wi-Fi network, you must get the password from them. They must provide it to you, and you must enter it exactly, taking account of any caps locks that apply, any numbers. Enter it exactly as it is provided to you. When you get your router, when you initially get your device, often you have a little card that you are given that has the details of the standard network name and the password, which is known as well as the network key. The network name is also known as SSID, the Wi-Fi network name. If you don't find that card, if you've lost it, have a look on the bottom or side of the actual router device, and generally you will find that the details are provided there, as we show here in this example. We'll look in a separate video at how you can join a Wi-Fi network, the steps that you go through. But for now, let's concentrate on talking about the types of network that you can use to access the internet on your iPad and on your iPhone. Another option you have for accessing the internet is to use the mobile data network. Another name for this is the cellular data network. Mobile data, cellular data. They mean the same thing, and that is being able to access the internet using the mobile data network. This wireless mobile internet is provided by mobile phone towers and cover a very wide range. So you'll find that while Wi-Fi only covers very short ranges, the mobile data network covers a much wider range. Depending on where the mobile towers are located, you get a stronger or weaker signal for your mobile data. And there are actually quite often little black spots where you're not getting great mobile signal. So that is all based on where you are in relation to the mobile phone towers. To use the cellular network, the mobile data network, you must have a SIM card in the device that you are using, and that SIM card must be linked to a plan with a mobile data provider, with an internet provider, with Telstra, with Optus, with Vodafone, with whoever you choose for the provision of that service. The SIM card can be on a plan, a monthly plan, a yearly plan. You might even choose to have a prepaid plan. So you make your choice of what sort of plan you have, and your SIM card, your plan, will allow you to have a certain amount of mobile data per month covered by your plan, or per whatever period you have chosen for your prepaid service. If you don't have a SIM card, you can only use the iPad, the iPhone on a Wi-Fi network. So if your device is not able to have a SIM card in it, or if the SIM card that is in it is not valid, has not got any service, then you will have to use Wi-Fi. In saying that, there is another option. If you don't have a SIM card and you perhaps have a few devices that you would like to use the internet on, you can actually get little mobile broadband modems which operate on a plan or a prepaid basis, and they are using the mobile network, the cellular network. And these days you can get quite a significant data allowance for some of those prepaid and postpaid plans for these devices. They basically are the same as having a phone that has a SIM card, but they're just a mini router that is accepting a mobile signal to it and then sharing that internet service with other wireless devices around it. Now, I know that's a really quick overview of connecting to the internet, but hopefully that's enough to put you in the picture at least a little bit of your options for having internet access.